Hi, I'm Dr. Saab. This is the new 2023 Mercedes-Benz GLC. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the main features of this Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 AMG Line 4MATIC SUV Premium Plus. This video is perfect if you've just bought the new GLC or if you're thinking about buying one. Don't worry, you will not need to memorize everything I say in this video, because I have made a summary sheet of what features the car has. Please check out the link in the description below. I want to say a big thank you to Lucas Mercedes-Benz Wolverhampton for helping me make this video possible. If you want to learn more about what is standard and what are options, please check out my video from the link below. So this is the Mercedes-Benz key, and it's a brand new key for the GLC. So I'm going to first unlock the car. I'm going to use the key first. If I press that button, the mirrors will then automatically open and close. So I'll lock it, unlock it, and then lock it. You can also open the doors using the handles because this car has keyless technology, and then you'll notice it's just easy to open. And if I want to lock the car just like that. I'm going to unlock it and I'm going to open the door, because if you just unlock it and not open the door, it will lock itself after about 30 seconds. First, I'll show you how to fuel the car. So you just push that, and then you've got your tire pressures here, what fuel the car takes, and then the fuel cap just goes in here just like that. And to put it away, and then this slot, because it's a petrol, that doesn't do anything. If you had a diesel, the AdBlue would go there. And when you're finished, just close it just like that. Now moving to the back, I can open the tailgate using this key button. Press this button here. If I hold it, the boot will release, or the trunk. Or I can use a little handle just here, and then it will release the tailgate. So starting from the top, you've got your parcel shelf, which can be removed as well if you need it to. That can then be stored under the tray, which is just here, and it just slots in right here. You also have a basket, and then you also have repair puncher kit, tire pressure machine. I would recommend not using the repair puncher kit. It should use Mercedes Me, and there's a button inside which basically you press, and then someone from Mercedes will help you out rather than you trying to fix the tire yourself. It's a very good storage here. You've also got your towing eye here, and then you've also got your warning triangle as well if you are broken down. This mat is included, which is reversible as well, which is really nice. That's a nice touch. That's complimentary. The first aid box, your visor, and then you've got these buttons to release the seats to go down. 40, 20, 40 split. You've got your 12-volt socket. That's useful if you ever need to use the tire pressure machine. If I do press this button, so I'm going to press it now, you'll notice that the driving seat moved forward as well. So these two go down when I press this button. So if I press this button, that goes down just like that. To put them back up, all you do is manually do it, unlike the GLS. That's okay. Also, while I'm here, you can move the seats a bit more forward. So if you need a more squarer boot area or trunk area, if you move that, then the seat will actually be more forward. So that's just useful to know. Fold that back. I'll put this seat back. You've also got tether points, and then you've got anchor points as well, and then you've got your parcel shelf, which just hides items from other people. Very useful. If you want to see how that parcel shelf works, I have got a separate video which I did on the C-Class estate, and that shows you how to take that off if you need to know that. I'll put that in the playlist. One thing that's useful though, that can be stored under the tray here, which I think is very useful. It just slots into the corners there, and then you've got some useful nets there. And then if you have any loose items, as long as they're in a bag, you can just store them there, which I think is very useful. And then moving up here, if your car has the tow bar option, then there'll be a button here, and you just pull it, I think, and then the electric tow bar will come out from the bottom. Then if I move up, I've also got two buttons here. One's to close the boot, one's to close the boot and lock the car. But that's really high for me. So what I could do, I could set that lower. So next time it doesn't go that high, all I'll do, press the button, stop it to that height if I want to, maybe a bit lower. Keep it to that height, and then all I'll do is push this button. That beep is now to say that save that position for the boot. And now I'll show you what it looks like. So it's saved that boot position. To put it back, all I'll do is push it all the way up, and then hold the button again. That beeps to say that's saved now. And next time I open the boot, it'll open to that height. Now I'll move to the rear passenger area. So first of all, I'll just show you the switch here for the child locks. Up is for lock, so the children or any rear passengers can't open the door. I'll put it down because that's the way it was for this demonstrating vehicle. Now you might be thinking, how do you fold the seats? You have got a little lever here. Pull that and then the seats will fold. And you can do the same for this middle one as well. There's a lever just here. You pull that and then this goes down, and then longer items can be stored, which is very useful. You have your electric windows, you have your ISOFIX for 2 child seats, you got some storage here, 2-zone climate control for the rear passengers, you've also got some storage here. This is where your phone can go, this is where drinks can go. Again, useful. Grab handles with your complementary light, which you can switch on and off. You got your electric blind, which I'll show you how to use shortly. And then I'll move to the front. Now I'm going to move to the front. You have your Mercedes-Benz lettering here, which I think is illuminated. Can't really tell because there's so much light outside. And I'll move inside, but you've got your lumbar control position here. If I move down here, you've got the number for Mercedes Me, which I'll show you shortly. Now I'm in this lovely interior of this amazing GLC. Now moving to the driver's door, we have the electric memory seats, which I can control electronically, and all you do is just move your finger. This piece doesn't actually move, so it's a bit weird at first. I can then raise the seat if I want to, or decrease it, and then you've also got control for the headrest as well. Make it go up and just do that, make it go down like that. Very cool. Now the driver's seat only has this feature. This headrest also moves, just like that. So you got more support for your head, and then to put it back, just like that. Got heated seats as well. Push the switch, 3 being the most powerful. before I move on from the electric seats, I'll show you how to actually save a driving position. So what you also need to do is adjust the steering as well. It is done electronically on this car. Will be manual on standard model and premium. So I think I'm happy with that driving position. All I'll do next is press M, then 1. That beeps to say that that driving position for the seats and steering wheel is now saved as number 1. So next time I get into the car, all I do is press the 1 button and hold it until it's into my driving position. Here you've got your lock and unlock buttons. Here you can adjust the mirrors. So if I select one side, adjust the mirrors like so, using the arrows. What you can do as well is fold the mirrors by pressing this middle button. So if I press that, the mirrors close. Press it again and they will open. Now you can adjust the left mirror as well, but a very useful function that I like is if I engage reverse. So engage reverse by holding the brake, pushing all the way up, and now I know it's in reverse. The reverse camera is on, and then the mirror can be adjusted now. So if I click on the left side and adjust the mirror, next time I drive and select reverse, it will know to go to that position. I'll put the car back in park. That will go back up in a moment. There you go, it's going up. So next time I engage reverse, it will put that into the position that I saved. So if I engage reverse again, it's now moving down. How cool is that? I love that. Now moving back to the electric windows. You've got your electric windows, front, rear, and then if you want to lock this, if you press this button, that then locks the windows for the rear passengers, so they can't open the rear windows without you. You can only do it now. Down here we have the electric tailgate, and pull to release the tailgate. And then if the car's running, all I'll do is push, and now the tailgate will close. That's pretty cool. I love that. Moving down here, you've got your lights. You just tend to leave it in auto, but if you need to, you can put full beams on, and then your side lights as well. But I would just leave it as auto. Let the car figure itself out when to put the lights on. The handbrake, I will show you in a moment. Something to notice when you are here as well. If you press this button, that will then engage your automatic lights. So basically the digital light technology on this car will work automatically and adapt according to the road conditions. So it won't glare traffic signs, but also it'll wrap the light around cars so it doesn't glare the drivers, either if you're following a driver or even oncoming drivers, which I think is really good and a very good safety feature. I'm going to leave that back off. Next, I want to show you how to actually use the handbrake. And all you do is push to put it on, pull to release. So if I show you on the instrument cluster, push to put it on, and now you can see the light appears there, the handbrake light, and then if I pull, that will then release the handbrake. But to tell you the truth, in a Mercedes you don't need to worry about using that switch. All I tend to do is use this gear stalk. Now if I want to put the car into drive, I push it all the way down. It then puts it into drive and it tells you what gear you're in. If I do it slightly, it puts the car into neutral, but realistically you need to push all the way up to then engage reverse. You see the R light there. And then when I'm ready to park up and switch off the car, all I'll do is push this, and when I switch off the car, the handbrake is automatically applied, which I think is very useful. And then to start the car up, all you do is push the brake and then push the start button. That will then start the car. You have got your eco stop start if you want to switch that on and off yourself. I tend to leave that on because it saves you fuel. Moving to the left side, So I've shown you that right stalk. Moving to the left side, you've got your full beams. So you know if you pull, the full beam lights are on. If you push forward, nothing happens. What you need to do, for the automatic headlights to work, you push forward. But for these lights to appear, you do need to press this button. When you press that button, you'll see it's taking the automatic lights off. But press it on, it come on, and then push forward to then engage the intelligent lights. I'm going to leave them off for now. You have your indicators, and then you've got your automatic wipers. I tend to leave it on the first one because it will then it'll only come on slowly. If you need a faster automatic wiping mode, you've got the 3 dots here, and then if you twist this all the way around, it then is manually controlled, the wipers. So if I push that one, that actually only wipes. If I press this one, that will then wash the windscreen. So you'll see, wash the windscreen. Very useful. And then if I push this one, this will then clean the front windscreen. So if I push it, that's then cleaned the windscreen. Really nicely done. Now you have got your paddle shifters as well. So if you need to change gear manually, you can. If you do accidentally press it, it'll put it into M1, and then as you change gear, up or down, minus being down, plus being upper gear. And if you don't change gear quick enough and the car's basically revving loads, then the car will automatically put it back itself into auto mode. But if you want to put it back in auto mode, just push down, and then you know the car is in auto mode by seeing D. M is manual, D is automatic. And then if I push that, the car puts it back into park. Very useful. And you'll notice, I've just noticed the rear wiper's still going, and there's a symbol here to say it's still on. So if I press that, now the rear wiper will stop working, which is very useful. Now I will move to instrument cluster shortly, but I just want to show you this amazing steering wheel. That is the twin spoke design. So it is see-through as well, which is quite nice. So you have these controls, which control this screen. Then you have these controls, which controls everything on this screen. So what I'll do first is I'll show you these controls. Now if I press the home button, I can then change what's displayed on this screen. I'll keep it on classic now, and you'll notice as I move, it's very similar technology to like what BlackBerry used to use. And you just move the different options here. If I press the back button, I can then go back to the last thing I saw. If I press the home button, it then takes me here. So if I want to see sport, you'll notice this can't be changed, but it is really cool, very sporty. You have understated. This actually changes the theme of the car as well. So the theme on the infotainment screen has gone to a more calmer setting, which is really nice. And one thing that I never noticed, you've actually got like a really cool background even on the instrument cluster, which I think is really cool. Got the mountains there. Maybe it's saying that this car should go off-roading, who knows. Let me know what you think of that feature. But look at that, even got stars, even though we are in the day, so not sure what's going on there. Now I'll change to navigation, and this is really cool. I've got the full sat nav displayed on here. You've also got it on the infotainment screen, but it's nice to have it here. And then because this car's got the head-up display, I can also see it on my windscreen. That's pretty cool. I will show you how to set sat nav shortly. Again, I can zoom in and out actually on here using the touchpad here, so I like that. If I need to go back to classic at any point, I can just press the back button. It will take me back to the classic screen. Let's see if it does that for that. No. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, look at that. So every time I press the back button, it will take me back to the classic screen. Interesting. Assistance. So the car will monitor what's in front, and you can see what the sensors are seeing. There's a radar for the front Mercedes-Benz Star, but there's also a camera hidden somewhere around there. There's a couple of cameras, I believe. So that's pretty cool. Press the home button. Now on the GLC you get this off-road mode. And here you get loads and loads of information, including steering angle, where you are facing, north, east, or south. You got your rev, and then you got your angles, your degrees of where you're on, how high you are, and then you've got your location. But what you'll also notice, here that never changes, so you'll always be displayed your speed, whether you're in cruise control or speed limiter mode, speed, and then if the lane keeping assist is keeping you in the, if it's working basically. Down here as well, I'll show you that in a moment, what those do. I'll go back. Now service is very useful. Here you get your tire pressures, tire temperature, when the next service is due, if the engine and oil level is okay, the coolant temperature. It's very useful information. So if anything's wrong with the car, it'll be displayed here with a message. And if I go back to classic, that's the one I actually like. I like to leave it like that, or possibly with the mileage, but probably like that. So I've got everything displayed. And what you'll notice is, if you see there, you've got the range. So at the moment, with the petrol I've got, I can do about 100 miles. That's how much fuel I've got. And then you'll see that triangle. That triangle's pointing that way to say my fuel cap is on that side. So that's very useful to know. And then you've got your temperature for outside. And then the P signs, when you engage drive, the car will always be looking for a car parking space. So that's quite useful. I have done a video on how to use a self-parking feature. So if you want to learn how to do that, check it out. I'll put it in the GLC playlist for you guys to watch. It's basically, the C-Class is very similar to the GLC, apart from the GLC is on steroids, so everything is bigger, which is lovely. Now moving down, here you've got your cruise control and speed limiter controls. I have done, again, another separate video on a C-Class. And again, it'll be exactly the same, so check that out. I'll put that in the GLC playlist for you. But it is very good, that system. Moving to the left here. Here you've got your controls for the infotainment screen. So if you don't want to use the touch screen here, that's fine. You can use the controls here. Everything is at distance by your hand. And again, I can control what I want to select. And if, let's say you got into the wrong screen, just click on the home button and I'm back on the main screen. So that's very useful. Here you got your phone controls to answer a phone call, decline. Volume controls, which I'll leave volume 0. You've got the Hey Mercedes function. If I press that button, then it'll automatically, I can just say stuff. So if I want to put the heated seats on, I can just press that and say heated seats on, and then the heated seats will come on automatically. I've got the star button here, so I can set favorites. So if I press that, here's my favorites. And again, I can just select like so, or heated seats on.
I'm switching on the seat heating.
And you can see the heated seats come on. If I then want to switch it off, I'll say, hey Mercedes,
How can I help?
heated seats off.
seat heating is turned off.
So I tend to use that function rather than me faffing about with my fingers while I'm driving. So that might be something you might want to do. I definitely recommend it. Now, to use the head-up display, all you do is switch that on, and now the head-up display will be revealed. And using the touchpad on the steering wheel, you can change to different options. So you got minimal, sport, standard, off-road, eco display, and then you can change the brightness as well, or change the height. That's pretty cool. And this is what it looks like on the instrument cluster as you change it. And once you're finished, so I'll probably keep it in standard. That's it. That's set now. Is my head-up display. That goes up. Now this is a feature I need to show you. It's called the hold function. And the car needs to be in drive. And let's pretend I am driving and then I stop. So I just gently stop. And while I've stopped, I will then push the brake and you'll notice the hold function appear. This is really useful when you're at a traffic light situation. And then when you're ready to go, you just press the accelerator pedal and you're away. And again, if I want to stop again, gently stop, push the brake, and then the hold function appears again. And then you can keep pressing the brake, no problem. But as soon as you press the accelerator, it releases and then you can drive. Very useful. Now I need to apologize because I realized while editing this video that it was going to be a really long video. So this video is part 1. Let me know if you would have preferred a shorter video because I might be giving too much information. Thank you for watching this video. Check out part 2 where I show you how to use the infotainment in more depth and some other really useful features. Please subscribe as it helps me out. Like the video if you've enjoyed it and comment if you have any suggestions or questions. I will try my best to help. Check out the GLC playlist for more videos related to the GLC. Even though the cars in the GLC playlist are of the C-Class, the features will be the same, so hopefully it helps you out too. Thanks for watching.